Hey everyone, here's how we spent days 3, 4 and 5 in Lisbon. We started our day with a visit to Sporting's football stadium. While we didn't capture any videos, we did take some photos to remember the experience. We discovered a fully vegan restaurant for lunch, and it was such a treat. The food was absolutely amazing, flavorful, creative, and satisfying. It was a delightful find and definitely highlight of the day. So, after lunch, we headed to a viewing point. It rained a bit, but we decided to make the journey up to the viewing point anyway, despite the rain. At the time, we didn't know this, but we could have taken an Uber or a taxi up to the viewing point, which would have been the better option, given that it was raining and we had to walk uphill. It wasn't a pleasant walk up there, but it was worth it for the views. We kept things low-key today since day 2 was such a long and eventful day. It was nice to take it easy and enjoy a more relaxed pace. Our day began with the famous pastéis de Belem, a must-try when in Lisbon. We got there early to beat the crowds. We were lucky enough to get a table and also be served straight away within 5 minutes of being seated. So we ate, and then as we were leaving, this was literally like 20 minutes later or 15 minutes later, when we got to the front of the shop, it was bustling. This was only like 10 or 15 minutes after we had gotten there. So you can see how busy it gets. It's advisable that you get there earlier in the mornings. After indulging in those delicious pastries, we walked over to the nearby monastery to take some photos. From there, we strolled through the gardens to the iconic Monument of Discoveries. The weather was amazing, so walking was the best way to soak it all in. The mosaic compass rose and a map on the ground below, a gift from South Africa, are equally impressive, showcasing the routes and discoveries made during Portugal's golden era of exploration. The bridge you see in the distance is called the 25th of April Bridge. It's often compared to San Francisco's Golden Gate Bridge due to its striking red colour and suspension design. Spanning the Tagus River, it connects the city of Lisbon to Almada on the opposite bank. The bridge gets its name after the Carnation Revolution of April 25th of 1974, which marked the end of Portugal's dictatorship. The bridge stands as a symbol of freedom and progress. Opened in 1966, it was initially called the Salazar Bridge, but was renamed after the revolution. Next, we made our way from the Monument of Discoveries to Belem Tower, While we didn't go inside, we couldn't resist snapping a few more photos of this iconic landmark. Afterward, we hopped into an Uber and headed to LX Factory, a vibrant hub of trendy restaurants, bars and shops. It's such a fun place to explore and you could easily spend hours there. By now, we were both pretty hungry, so we took another Uber to the Thai market, which we'd heard so much about. Unfortunately, we couldn't find many vegetarian options, so we ventured out and found a cozy little restaurant nearby that served vegetarian paella. After lunch, we took a detour to Pink Street, a colourful and lively area, and then made our way to Lisbon's most photographed funicular. To get there, we had to tackle a long set of stairs. So my husband and I turned it into a friendly competition to see who could make it to the top of the stairs first. Spoiler alert, neither of us won because we were both out of breath. I only made it halfway up there. Actually, my husband and I only made it halfway up there. The walk up to the funicular was totally worth it. The clear skies and sunshine made it the perfect backdrop for capturing some stunning views. Today we're visiting another stunning landmark in Lisbon, the monastery of São Vicente de Fora, which translates to the monastery of Saint Vincent outside the walls. We decided to explore the interior, and it did not disappoint. One of the highlights was the rooftop. The views from up there are absolutely stunning, and it's easy to lose track of time soaking it all in. Just a quick note though, be prepared for a bit of a climb as there are quite a few stairs to reach the rooftop. After the monastery, we spent some time wandering the nearby area and eventually found ourselves at a picturesque viewing point with beautiful sights of the city. Throughout the day, we kept spotting Tram 28E, the famous Lisbon tram. And while we hadn't planned to ride it, we found ourselves heading in the direction of its first stop. We took this as a sign and queued up to get on the tram. And since it was our last day in Lisbon, we thought, why not? It's a fantastic way to see the city, and after all the walking we'd done, it was a welcome break for our legs. The ride was definitely worth it, a perfect way to end our Lisbon adventure.